Welcome back to the Stockwell Eldridge Show. I'm Jason Stockwell, 3 Max Results. Dawn Eldridge is out today with her kids, and Stephanie Havel is in traffic on 35W because I heard that went down to one lane, and I think 35E is down to a lane, and we're still enjoying the fun traffic issues that we have every summer and all the way through the year, no matter what. I was on 169 the other day, which opened up recently, but it's just dead stop now. I mean, it's just like that. It opens up, you'd think it would relieve something, but it's still just dead. It was 5:30, of course, and it was just stopped. So anyway, so we're talking with Deborah from argoscanine.org, argoscanine.org, and talking about service animals. What's the difference between a service animal? I bet a lot of you didn't know this, because I didn't, that a miniature horse is also classified as a service animal. And then there's emotional support animals, which could be cats and all kinds of other animals. And then we can get into the police dogs and rescue dogs. But I have a couple more questions for Deborah in regards to the service animals. You'd said they can detect gluten for people. They can find children, especially if they're autistic, or maybe if they have if they leave or flee or get lost. And then all kinds of other things. So how does it work for the process? If you have an issue, you can go into you guys and say, hey, I'd like a service dog, and you would train specifically for the issue? Or how does that process work? Because that guy's telling you on break, like I see maybe once a month when I'm out, I see a service animal of some sort. I still notice it. It's not like when I was a kid, or my kids now are like, dog, puppy, they're really pointing it out, but it's not something I see every day, that's for sure,
It's becoming more and more out there. You see more and more service animals because you're seeing where they really do help. You can have them for diabetics. I have a coworker whose sister has a service dog for her diabetes. And so you cannot replace a dog's nose. The military has tried for bomb-sniffing dogs, drug detection, all of that. They can't mimic it.
They can't get a machine that senses stuff the way that a dog's nose would?
Correct.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So when you go into your house and you or your wife is making chili, you smell chili. The dog smells tomato paste, tomato juice, onions, the celery, if there's celery in there.
The hamburger. That's why the drool starts coming out, right?
Pavlov's Law. Exactly. So they can smell all of the ingredients. So right now, one of the things that we do also with our dogs is scent detection. UKC does competition, which is great for anybody that's interested in doing something fun with their dog, is to engage them. We're a huge proponent on, if you've got a dog, they love to work. Just do something with your dog. So right now in UKC, they've got 5 or 6 different scents the dog has to detect. Lowest level birch, anise, clove, then you've got vetiver and myrrh. So in order to train them, initially what I do is I create a cocktail. I put all 5 scents together, and then we start training them to find those scents. Then when you start for competition, then we isolate one of those scents. So like right now I've got one of my dogs, Hera. She's on actually advanced. She's moved up to anise. So we started her with birch. So then we started hiding little Q-tips with birch on it, birch scent, and then you play hide and seek. And that's basically what it is. It's just a game of hide and seek for the dog. Same with tracking. When we teach tracking, we do a pattern. And so we start off real short little hides and then get further and further away. We've got one dog right now, Duke, who is lights out. He just took to dog on tracking like a duck in water.
Really?
And so we did about a hour-old track and about an 1/8 mile. And I have to wear gloves because he'll try running to get to the end of the track. And when we're training them, we'll put kibble down so that there's, an association with the track with a reward. And we do that periodically. And he won't even eat the kibble. he'll eat that on the way back.
Oh, he's so focused on getting that. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Dogs are amazing like that.
exactly. So, but you were asking about the process, and so with us, we're unique. We don't take on a dog until we have a client. Many other companies start with puppies, then they farm the puppies out, and we don't do that. We start with a 7-week-old puppy because there's so much training that you can teach in the first 3 months of a dog's life. And so we start with a puppy. We work with 3 different breeds. We work with Dutch Shepherds, German Shepherds, and Labs. We get all of our Dutch Shepherds and German Shepherds from a wonderful kennel out of St. John's, Michigan, called
Okay.
Shercar Kennels.
What's it called?
Shercar.
Okay.
Cheryl and Carol. Shercar.
Oh, okay. In Michigan. Awesome.
Yep, yep. And so they give like a 2-year health guarantee. They're phenomenal women to work with. And yeah, we're the only service company currently that also uses Dutch Shepherds. They've got a great health record and a great work ethic. And so we love working with them. So they're really a good dog. And then people can go to our website, fill out a application, contact us. We'll contact you, do an interview, and see what your needs are. We're also one of the few companies that custom train. We don't do cookie cutter. So like the gal with cataplexy, it's what are your needs? What are you looking for? And then we train that dog to those specific needs. Same with families with autism. One of the little boys likes to play with gas knobs on the gas
yep.
stove.
Yep.
So we taught that dog to alert with a bark to the sound of the clicking and
So
the
that
smell
someone
of
in the house knows, and the smell of the gas.
and smell
Wow.
of gas. Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's impressive. I'd never thought of that idea for a dog to do that. You know what I'm saying? If you're at a daycare, if you're at home with your child and your child has some issue that you need help with, I never thought of that. So it's need based, but it's also something that someone could come in and say, "Hey, guess what? I would like this." Or you know what I'm saying? Like, "Hey, I have a bad reaction to XYZ.
Mm-hmm.
It's not it doesn't kill me, but I just something bad. I just have a reaction to it.
Right.
I
like
want a dog to watch out for XYZ, right?
Yeah, I mean, there are some things we have to be realistic that we can't train for. And we'll work with you and let you know what we can and what we can't do. I mean, these dogs are not Superman. It's not like they go into a phone booth and change and then come out and do whatever you need them to do. That is truly one of the most frustrating things. We can train a dog to do something, but then we also have to turn around and train the handler.
Yeah.
And it's just like your car. If you buy a new car, somebody assembled it, somebody put it together, you have to maintain it. You have to rotate tires, you have to change the oil. There's maintenance to do on that. Same with any dog, service dogs, especially because
Keep practicing
exactly.
whatever the skill is that they've learned, right? Or
Right. Yeah, we got a call this spring from one owner, handler. Their daughter has Down syndrome, and she went missing. Well, they had received the dog almost 6 months prior, had never done any tracking with the dog.
Oh,
The dog went outside and thought, oh, we're going for a walk.
because that's all they've ever done with a dog, probably.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we made an emergency trip there, worked with the dog. Fortunately, the dog was excellent. He picked it right back up again. And I just told him, I said, listen, it's like, and I looked at their kids, and I looked at the mother, and I said, do you remember your multiplication table? She said, no, I don't. I said, why not? Because I haven't practiced it.
Yeah. It's like the square root stuff. I was looking at that the other day. I'm like, I used to know this stuff. I
Exactly.
don't quite get it right now. I don't know why it's been so long. It's been 20 years. So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
over. So
Exactly.
so that's good. That you got to keep training the dogs. And then as far as, so this is something that you don't, from a payment standpoint, I could go in myself and just say, hey, I would like a dog. I love dogs. And I want a dog that's trained in XYZ, and then just have you guys do that and get the dog? Or do I have to actually have, my point, you know what I'm saying? Is this do you have to have a true disability or a true something? Is there a list of, you know what I'm saying? Is there a list of things that you have to meet to criteria to get one? Or can anybody just get one?
Anybody can just get one. Right now, the need is so high, though, for those that truly need it. I mean, we've developed quite a rapport with the autistic society, or that group of people. So we've got people contacting us quite regularly for their children with autism. We are a nonprofit, so we are always looking for donors. We try to keep the cost down as much as we can. You're going to hear a wide range of prices. We've had some people contact us and say, well, if I go to this company and the dog is free, there's nothing free.
Yeah.
Somebody's donated money for that dog to be trained.
Yeah.
There's lots of organizations out there that you can work with in order to get funding. We still we go through about 1,800 pounds of dog food a month.
Wow.
So there's a lot of needs. We're still at about half the cost of other companies, but the thing that we always tell people is buyer beware.
Yeah.
Because there's companies out there that are going to say, oh, I can do that for you in 6 months, and it's going to be $1,000, $5,000, something like that. You get what you pay for.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then when we get back with Deborah with ArgosK9.org, ARGOSK9.org, if you want to donate or want to see what they do, or if you have someone or know someone who is in need or would benefit from this, I would definitely go to that website and reach out. Super cool information. But the question we get back for Deborah I would have is it something that for older people too, as far as with Alzheimer's and dementia, hear a lot about that stuff? Is that something that's coming maybe, and is there a way for that to help out, and a few other questions? And then when we get back, Stephanie will be here as well. Thanks for listening, folks. I'm Jason with Remax, and you're listening to the Stockwell Eldritch Show, Sunday 10 a.m. here on AM 1280 The Patriot. Stay tuned.